Welcome to a new daily top Askreddit video. Today's topic: what foods are absolutely delicious, but are a pain in the ass to eat? Pomegranates. Pain the butt seeds, and the juice really stains. One time I spent God knows how long opening a pomegranate, finally got all the delicious seeds out, took a bite, and found out I'm allergic to pomegranate, and I did all that for nothing. When little Timmy went and bought a fruit of vibrant pink. I cannot wait to taste, he thought. To sip the juice, to drink. He scooped the seeds some more. He scooped and then. He scooped and scooped before. He scooped and scooped again. And now it's time at last, said he, to take a bite. He cried. But Timmy had an allergy. And Timmy fucking died. My dad makes a really delicious cherry jam, but he doesn't remove the stones, because spitting them out is part of the experience. Your dad is chaotic, and I can't decide if it's in a good or bad way. Chaotic neutral. Your dad wanted to meet the deductible on your dental plan. My dad makes a delicious minefield in a jar. FTFY. My dad supports local dentists in a jar. Prickly pear, also known as cactus fruit. These are a pain in the ass at every step. Picking them is a huge risk for getting stabbed by cactus needles. Peeling the skin off is way more challenging than other fruits, and then they are full of seeds that cause major GI discomfort if you bite into them by accident. Yeah, I had one from a store and I still had needles to pull out. In the end, absolutely not worth if I have to do it myself. Now when you pick up a paw, or a prickly pear, and you prick a raw paw, well, next time, beware. Don't pick the prickly pear by the paw. When you pick a pear, try to use the claw. But you don't need to use the claw. When you pick a pear of the big paw. Have I given you a clue? Golly thanks Balu. Pineapple so nice, but they literally eat your mouth, or the enzymes do. I remember having a freshly picked pineapple in Costa Rica. So damn good, but my tongue was bloody afterward. For the last time, those were light bulbs, not pineapples. My boyfriend eats a whole pineapple several days a week for breakfast. There's times in which he doesn't as much, but that's because they are expensive, not because it hurts him. He's been doing this for so long that it no longer affects him, he doesn't even feel the burn. He's got several health issues and his diet is pretty much just fruits and vegetables and a few other things, that's why he eats so much pineapple. Edit, all the curious folks out there. He's my first sexual partner and hopefully only. He's moving over to my country, also we're in a LDR and I've always seen him have pineapple the times we've been together, so I can't tell if there's a difference. Sorry to disappoint. Edit 2, boyfriend has a Reddit account, has had a good laugh reading all of your comments. Thanks for the laughs guys, stay healthy. Edit 3, about his diet, it's not what's making him sick. He used to have a normal diet and very unhealthy habits, had a major health crisis and his body just stopped tolerating most food gradually. We're working on him being able to tolerate some of those foods again. He's been diagnosed with MS since, and loss of tolerance for certain foods seems to be a symptom, but his case is obviously extreme. I do appreciate all the concern, but he's okay. Is anyone going to ask? Edit, thank you for my first gold. Considering the quantity of pineapple ingested by your boyfriend, I have a question, but I'm not gonna ask it. Just gonna post this here in the hopes someone else does. Does your boyfriend have like the creamiest, most sweet cum ever, because that much pineapple will definitely influence it. Crab legs. King crab is the worst. Bastards will stab your buttery fingers. King crab is easy. Smaller crabs, that shit is cold long before you eat it all. Busting your ass for mere morsels. Coconut. Always have hard times breaking the shell and then picking all the delicious coconut meat. Axe swing. I usually put a razor blade on my dick and helicopter aggressively. Those caramel apple lollipops. The question is, how does one eat these? Edit, majority of the people who've responded saw ops comment as caramel apples instead of caramel apple pops as it was written, as did I, awkward lol. Relax your jaw so your teeth touch the caramel, get your teeth stuck, wait, no, help. Any sour candy with the sugar crystals on them. They are so good until you've had a certain amount and then you just start scraping the roof of your mouth and your tongue raw. Edit, you all have some good tastes in candy. Ah yes, the pane salt. My favorite part of sour candies. Any sour candy with the sugar crystals on them. That's not sugar. It's citric acid crystals. Remember the amazing sour Skittle with huge sour crystals on them? They discontinued those and replaced them with wimpy, non-powdered Skittles that are flavored with typical sour fruits. Man, those were the days. My favorite pizza destroys my insides the next morning if that counts. Edit. I don't have any issues with lactose or gluten, I just really like spicy foods. There's a place near me who makes a pizza with 40 cloves of garlic and about a pound of spicy pepperoni on it. It is probably my favorite food, but I am the stinkiest motherfucker alive the next day. Edit. To save replying to everyone individually, it's Pizza My Heart. They have locations all over the San Jose area. The Big Sur and Little Sur both have it with other toppings, but you can also get 40 cloves and add whatever else you want. I do this and add double pepperoni. It's a rare treat for me. All their pizza is really good, even if you don't go for one of their crazier specialties. I'm glad to drive them business because they're awesome. I have a thing where if I eat enough garlic I sweat raw onion smell through every pore for the next day. But I love garlic and would willingly sacrifice myself to the onion sweats for a 40-clove pizza. Mangoes, they are my favorite fruit but least favorite to clean up. Edit. Thanks for all the karma friends. And thank you for the good tips for eating my mangoes. Just eat them over the sink while shirtless. This guy gets it. Fresh pineapple. I eat while the acidity eats away at me. It's actually an enzyme bromelain that partially digests your lips, tongue, and mouth. Nope. It's actually mostly the extreme acidity. There is not that much bromelain in pineapple, and it doesn't work that fast. I worked at a food processing plant, all cold fruit and veggies. We had to get a special water treatment system to deacidify the water before it got to the sewers because it was eating the pipes. Pineapple is incredibly corrosive and incredibly acidic. Tens of thousands of gallons of water a day, and we had to treat it with sodium hydroxide to balance out the phase, which got below 4 many times a day. Edit. Since people keep responding to this one, it's both. Other fruits are similarly acidic, but the bromelain in pineapple uniquely strips away the protective mucus in your mouth that keeps the acid off your tissues. If you have reactions to pineapple, kiwi, banana, avocado, and a few other things, it might be a latex allergy showing up as oral allergy syndrome. Artichokes. You can't beat a fresh artichoke, but holy shit, it takes ages to prep and cook, and then you don't get that much out of a relatively expensive, at least in the UK, vegetable. About 45 minimum. Serve with good holidays. Dip the liver and scrape the meat off with your teeth. Then carve away the heart. There's a type of wild asparagus in the south of France that's absolutely delicious to eat. But you can only eat it in small quantities, as too much will give you diarrhea. So quite literally a pain in the ass. I wanna get constipated as hell and chow down on these freaky asparagus. Like popping a cork. Ever had a fresh jackfruit? They taste delicious, like a cross between a leaflet L pineapple and a banana, but good God, the sap. The sap of a jackfruit is a construction-grade adhesive, and it is nearly impossible to open and eat without getting it everywhere. You can just barely get it off is by scrubbing with oil and then soap and water. The trick is to run your hands in oil before you open it. Works like a charm. Or wear gloves and rub oil on them. Edit. Rub your hands in oil. Not run, but it sounds funny, so I'ma leave it. You should always lube up before you fuck with jackfruit. Capped crunch. The roof of my mouth. So good though. The secret is to get the malto meal bagged version of it. Tastes way better and softer than the original. Toffee, so F***key good to eat, but it's annoying as hell if it gets stuck in between your teeth. Get it out with the claw of a hammer. Most people in the West consider carp to be a trash fish. You catch it, and then you throw it away. But it's actually the first domesticated fish, farm-raised for thousands of years in China. It's a delicious fish that takes on the flavor of whatever you decide to spice it with. And it can be cooked in a number of ways. However, it has a million tiny hair-like bones and it is a pain in the ass to clean and fillet. I think that's mostly why people don't eat it when they catch it. It's just really difficult to get all those bones out. I've found the easiest way to deal with those hair-like bones is to either cook chunks of the fillets in a double broiler or to pickle the fillets. Both methods completely dissolve/remove those hair-like bones so you don't really have to mess around with them. They just kind of disappear. But for a large fish, with a good meaty fillet, it's in my top 10 common fish to catch and eat. As a runner-up, gar is also a delicious fish that many people don't consider eating. The hardest part about cleaning a gar is cutting through their armor. And I don't mean scales or skin, I mean it's like cutting through thin steel. You need tin snips or the sharpest knife in the world. But once you get through that, you get 2 long back straps that firm up and honestly taste like chicken. They have a texture when cooked like a firm chicken breast. And like carp, they also kind of take on the flavor of whatever you spice it with. Neither species tastes fishy at all and are fun to prepare and cook and eat. Edit, I've been informed that it's double boiler, not double broiler, but I've only ever heard of the latter, so I'm gonna chalk that up to regional differences like soda vs pop. Edit 2, okay. Double boiler. Fuck, sorry, I've been wrong my whole life. You knew what I meant. Imma, try this, thanks internet homie. If you've never pickled anything, try the double broiler method first. The first time I tried to pickle carp, I used way too much vinegar. It was a technical success but a culinary failure. By that I mean, the hair-like bones were all completely dissolved, but it tasted awful, haha.